It's Sunday, July 19th at just after 6 a.m. and I'm going to head out for another bike ride. I think this one's going to be a longer ride. I just feel like I want to do it. Right now it's cool at about 12 degrees, calm and clear, and it's going to go up to about 25 today. There's slight smoke in the air, not too bad. So I better get underway. It's going to be probably a 3-hour or more ride, and we'll see how she goes. So the ride today starts at the Frontenac Arena. From there I head down Highway 38 to Verona. I catch Bell Rock Road west over to Enterprise. In Enterprise I latch on to Lake Road, head south to where it comes out on County Road 4 or Camden East Road. Then I follow that down south to the Cataraqui Trail, follow that over to Harrowsmith to the east, and then follow the K&P Trail all the way back up to where it meets Highway 38 and back to the arena. At the corner of Lake Road, I stop at Enterprise Memorial Park for a little bit of a rest after my first 23 kilometers. And of course, I'm riding the Surly Long Haul Trucker today. Okay, I'm here in Enterprise Memorial Park at 7:05, so I've been riding for about an hour exactly. It's been a beautiful morning for riding. There is a northwest wind starting to pick up now, but that's why I wanted to get that section done first, because now I'll have the wind behind me for most of the ride down, and the only place I'll face it again is coming north on the K&P Trail from Harrowsmith, but shouldn't be too bad on the trail. Anyhow, it's a beautiful morning, as I said, and just taking a quick break here. So I'm just riding down Lake Road from Enterprise. Gonna follow this down to County Road 4 and then head south to Camden East and pick up the Cataraqui Trail. And there's Camden Lake in the early morning. That's what I love about starting a bike ride early in the morning, like today at 6 o'clock. You have a good 2 hours where you can enjoy the early morning sunlight raking across the landscape. Now the long coast down to the Cataraqui Trail just north of Camden East. Okay, it's 7:58 and we're on the Cataraqui Trail at Camden East, and we're going to head east over to Harrowsmith. Ride that whole section of the Cat Trail and then north on the K&P Trail. Taking us almost another hour to get here, so we got a little ways to go yet. Morning. Wallace Road here. Colebrook Road here. So it's 8:58 and I'm in Harrowsmith at the confluence of the K&P Trail and the Cataraqui Trail. So it took me about an hour to get here from Camden East, a little longer than I had thought or remembered, but still a beautiful morning for riding. Just one of the nicest rides I've ever had as far as weather and everything. Just gorgeous. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a rest here on the bench, and then I'll start on the K&P North. It'll probably be a half hour heading home. So in the end, I guess that's going to be a good 3.5 or 3 3/4 hours. Longer than I had really anticipated, but I feel good, so I'm just enjoying it. One of the nicest early morning rides I'd had. I love the early morning Sunday rides because for the first 2 hours after sunrise, the roads are very quiet. Usually there's not much wind, and on a day like this, you've got beautiful sunlight raking across the landscape. Just beautiful. Anyhow, take a bit more rest and head off. Morning. Okay, it's 10:07 and I'm just back at the homestead. I guess that was actually a 4-hour ride or so. A little longer than I had planned, but beautiful ride. One of the nicest rides I've ever had. Hope you enjoyed that tour through the countryside. And I'll put on here the exact kilometers that it was. I think it must have been close to 70 kilometers if it took me 4 hours. Now I've had a few stops here and there, but nothing major. I did take a fairly longer version of this route. I could have taken a shorter version of it, but I took the longest one basically, so that might account for the time. Anyhow, I feel good. I may not be able to walk this afternoon. I don't know. I'll probably have cramps and everything, but I'll get the Gatorade going, I guess. Anyhow, I'll catch you later.